Howdy there, folks. This is Geist with another short and sweet weapon review. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Under Your Skin combat bow, which is a craftable weapon. Now, the roll that I picked, and this is just the roll that I think was the best because it was a little bit unique. I'm sure you've seen some other YouTubers talk about this, but elastic string, compact arrow shaft, enhanced archer's tempo, and enhanced successful warm-up. And they're saying that it's faster than Hush. Well, first and foremost, here's both perks active, with the bow shooting as fast as it can. And as you see, there's still the animation of you drawing it back. Now here's Hush. And as you can see when I'm just kind of trying to spam these arrows, there's almost no animation at all. It's almost just an instantaneous, as soon as you go to draw it, the bow is just drawn. And you guys can roll back and see what you think about that and see what you think. I didn't even really have to slow it down to see that Hush was still faster. Now for PvE, the bow is still great. It's definitely still the fastest non-sunset precision frame bow. Now, we're saying precision here because, of course, a lot of lightweights can still draw faster than this. The Fell Taradiddle with this same exact roll draws pretty darn fast, and I'll be doing that one later. But for PvE, it is the fastest drawing bow, so it is fun to use. And I definitely enjoyed using it. It does technically have probably the highest DPS for a legendary bow there, but you shouldn't really be doing DPS with a bow anyway, so that part's kind of pointless. For PvP, I've seen one other Guardian ever using this in PvP, so that probably doesn't bode well right there. And me, myself, and I, when I was using it, it was eh. It's still not Le Monarch. And Le Monarch is only good just because it's annoying. We all know that. Just because of the poison and how much damage it does to somebody, it's really, really oppressive to use it against enemy Guardians. And so that's really the only reason that it's so good. But besides Le Monarch, no bows are really that great in PvP. I still enjoy using them, and they're still fun. One thing I do want to mention, I know I briefly brought this up in another video, but whenever you're looking at Vice weapons and you see that Vice Stinger origin trait on them, it mentions bows. And I think, as I've said before, I was testing with them, and that Viced origin trait does not affect anything other than the weapon that you're holding in your hand, like the other origin traits. But that Vice Stinger specifically mentions faster draw speed on bows whenever Vice Stinger is active. So it makes me believe that at some point we're going to get a Viced bow. And Viced is they typically like to make rapid fire weapons. So maybe it'll be our first rapid fire frame bow, which would be really cool. Maybe it'll just come to full draw and shoot really quick, and maybe it'll have a TTK that actually rivals other weapons in the Crucible. Because as it stands right now, the TTK for this bow, even with both perks active, is not faster than really any other primary. When I slowed it down and watched it frame by frame, it was about roughly maybe 1.4 seconds for the optimal TTK there, which is just not that great. I mean, that's a sidearm body shotting, and that's the worst of the sidearms body shotting. It's just not really that competitive. And not to mention, of course, you have to be landing headshots and have already killed somebody to get that ramped up. So in my opinion, not that great in PvP. I know people were ranting and raving about this thing, saying, "Oh my God, it's so great! It's faster than Hush." It's not faster than Hush. And it's not nearly as consistent as Hush, because Hush just has to land a headshot. Granted, it's from the hip, which sucks if you're on console, but needless to say, fun bow to use, but as far as PvP goes, I'm going to give this one a pass. But anyways, folks, that's about all I had to say about this thing. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, folks, thanks for watching.